All right, in this video, we're going to construct our octohedron. In class, we usually make our circles. Your circles might look like this, or if you're in the more advanced class where we make these and spend more time, you have the two circles to make this. And these are a lot more symmetrical. These have a lot more trouble being symmetrical, but they're quicker, and the relationships of the chords to the triangle are easier to make um, for like pre-algebra level. All right, so usually I make the circles with the students in class, and then the video is supposed to help them construct. So first thing we need to check, I'm not really good at arts and crafts, so my circles don't line up, okay? If your circles completely line up, great, but you just want them close. You can see mine are I got some that are longer, they're just not cut very symmetrically, but that's okay. That happens. All right, so first thing I need to do is I need to pick 4 for the top and 4 for the bottom. And I'm going to worry on constructing my top first. So the first thing you want to do is you want to fold in all these flats on this line. Sometimes helps to put a protractor on the line and then fold that tab up. You get a cleaner crease, and having a clean crease makes it easy when you assemble. All right, so there's one. All right. And you want to do this for all of your circles. You want to get all their sides folded. These are going to be the flaps that help us make our octohedron. Because remember, an octohedron, let me get an octohedron. I'll show you an octohedron dice. An octohedron dice is made out of all these triangles. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top. And on the bottom, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So altogether, there are 8 triangles that make an octohedron. Okay, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and they're all completely symmetrical, completely congruent triangles. And so we have to do the same. Okay, so there's my first triangle. Really try to get those tabs worked out, because that's how we're going to attach them. And you're going to do that for your first 4 of them, okay? I'm really good at it by now, so I know how to get the folds right on the line, but you can use that protractor if you need to get those folds absolutely perfect. Here's my second. You can make these as colorful as you want. I've had students actually use like scrapbooking paper, craft paper, and make some really colorful, cool ones. Okay, and you can do this as many times as you want. All right, so there's my next one. And there's my fourth one. All right. Okay, so now I remember in your octohedron shape, all the triangles come to a point. And that's kind of what we want to mimic. We want to have all the triangles come to a point. So we're going to kind of put them together, and we're going to have to connect these two sides when we're done. They're all coming to a point though, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a glue stick. You can use tape or a glue stick. Sometimes I use both. It matters on how frustrating my octohedrons being that day. And I'm going to put glue on the 2 of the tabs. I'm going to leave the bottom tab unglued right now, but 2 of the tabs are going to get glue on them. All right. Okay, now I'm going to bring them back into that, trying to get them into a point. And the last thing is going to be the most uncomfortable. It's what's going to make it three-dimensional. I'm going to bring these two tabs together. So now, and sometimes this is where I also get out my tape and I put some little tapes on these seams if they're just not reacting well to the glue. This one's not doing too bad, actually. I'm going to pinch though for an extra precaution in the inside, on my inside little tabbies. Alright, there's the top of my octohedron. Very colorful, this one. I picked to do different colors. Okay, now you have to do it all over again. Okay, so I'm going to do it again, and when I'm done, I'll attach with you. Okay. Alright, so like I said, I would come back and show you that last step again before we attach the top to the bottom. So we're just, after you've glued two tabs, just going to press them together, all pointed towards the center, which will be the vertex of our shape in a minute. Alright, then we're going to bring these two pieces together, which is going to make it go kind of three-dimensional. Last thing I want to do is kind of pinch the insides one last time, make sure they didn't come apart as I was constructing. And I have my bottom or my top. If I had tape close by, I'm trying to do this one without tape so it looks prettier, I would probably put a little tape there until the glue dries. Don't leave it on too much further. I find it's hard to remove it later. Okay, so now I have to attach the top and bottom together. So the first thing I need to do is to carefully go around and to glue this last flap on each one. So I'm just taking the last flap and I'm gluing it, okay? Alright, so now we're on to the last step, putting the top and the bottom together. So pick the two, in my case I got to pick two colors that I want to be top and bottom from each other. I'm going to pick green and blue to start. Of course that's going to make orange my next one, so I'm going to actually pick yellow and blue to start. So I'm going to put those two tabs together towards the inside so that the outside, I don't see that tab, okay? And then I'm going to do the next one, and this gets harder as we go along. You're going to find it's going to get harder and harder to pinch those together, and you may need to do something like I'm about ready to do, add some extra glue. Okay, and I need these two to come together. It's hard to see what I'm doing, is it? So it just does not want to work for me right now. Sometimes pushing it flatter as you pull it apart into three-dimensional and then bring it back down. And honestly, when I use tape, this is about where I end up using it. So you may want to put a little tape on it while it dries, and then you can always remove that tape afterwards if you don't like the look. Pressing what I can together. All right, so our ending product is 8. As equilateral as we can get. It's probably not perfect, especially because we have some gaps. So we know it's not entirely perfect. Maybe yours turned out more perfect than mine. Like I said, I'm not the most crafty individual. I like crafts, but I'm just not the most talented at them. Okay. And we have 8 of them. Look at that. Look at that. So there's our octohedron. We made one. You can try different colors, different designs. I've had people make designs on their triangles, but I get all different types of cool ones sent to me. So please snap a picture of yours, put it in the classroom so I can see what your octohedron looks like. I'm going to go put some tape on my